This video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Hey guys, I'm here with a video showing you how I styled the wig for my Bishoujo, not 100% sure how you pronounce that, but my Bishoujo Pennywise cosplay. I bought a long orange pigtail wig meant for Asuka cosplays for this. To start off, I trimmed away most of the length. I measured about how long I wanted the hair to be and cut one strand to that length, then matched all of the other strands to that strand's length. I want to note that you'll want to cut it a little bit longer than you need it, since you'll want to chop at the ends a bit later to get rid of the blunt cut, and that can make you lose a bit of length. You can always make it shorter later, but you can't have it grow back if you cut too much off, so it's better to slowly take away the length than try to take it away all at once. Also, I want to note that the reason why you see me going off camera quite a bit and using a hot glue gun is because I'm taking the sections that I'm cutting off and turning those into extra wefts using hot glue. They'll probably come in handy for the future, although I didn't end up using them for this project because the wig itself, as is, was already really thick and it didn't need any extra wefts. I show how I make wefts using hot glue in my augmented sombra wig video if that is something you are interested in, or find that your wig might be a little bit too thin. Once the length is about to where I want it, I then soften up that harsh line by point cutting into the wig. You'll want to do this to break up the blunt cut, which will help make it look a bit more natural. And the best way I can explain point cutting is just holding the wig so that you can cut upwards and add a slight diagonal into the bottom edge of the wig. Basically, you just kind of want to make the ends look a bit more choppy and uneven. Be sure to trim and point cut the bangs as well, and you'll probably want to do this while you're wearing it though. That is what I did. I do that just to make sure that it fits to my forehead, since the forehead on a wig head is not the same length as the forehead on my head. Once I'm happy with the cut, I use my straightener to curl the ends inward. I also use my hands to roll it inwards even more and hold it there until it cools. You can use clips for this instead. I used the lowest heat setting on my iron, so it didn't take long to cool. You should also be using the lowest heat setting on your iron too, by the way, because heat may damage the wig. Also use quick strokes when pulling the straightener through the hair. Do the same for the bangs as well, and be sure to work in layers, both when straightening and cutting the wig, by the way. I didn't mention this earlier, but always work in layers. It'll just make sure that there are no sections of the wig that get skipped. And once everything is styled and you're happy with how, well, at least the base of the wig is styled and you're happy with it, set everything with hairspray. I use Got To Be for this. After that, it's time to work on the pigtails. I clip those onto my wig and then trim away most of the length. Again, I'm using the part that I cut off to make some extra wefts. Once the length is about to where I need it, I both point cut the ends and glide down the hair with scissors to make the pigtail a bit more layered and choppy. I'm aiming to make the pigtails come to a point, so I need to make sure that the ends are thinned out enough. I use my straightener to curl the ends of the pigtail upwards and hold it there until it's mostly cool. And I kind of just keep going back and forth between curling and layering the pigtails, pulling the ends to a point, and kind of just sculpting the pigtail while it's still a bit warm, until I finally get a shape where the pigtail goes and turns upwards at the end and comes to a point. Wig fiber is pretty good at keeping its shape after it's been heated and cooled when it's shorter like this, so it shouldn't be too tricky to get it to do this. I also tease the hair just a bit, just under the top layer of the ponytail, to give it some added volume. Brush the top layer, the very top layer of the ponytail, over the T section to help hide it. And then I tease a little bit throughout the bottom of the wig too, just again to give some added volume, and it also helps the hair stay in place a little bit better, as well as the heat. It's just another way to add a bit more structure and help shape the pigtail a bit. Basically, when it comes to the pigtails, it's a lot of sculpting and going back and forth with the scissors, flat iron, and a teasing comb until you've got it to sit and stay in the flipped up shape that we're going for. You'll also want to repeat this entire process for the other pigtail, trying to get them as symmetrical as possible, but it's most likely not going to be perfect, so don't worry too much about it. Once you're happy, set it with hairspray and the wig is finished. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you want to see photos of the completed cosplay, they're up on my Instagram and website. Both are linked down below. Thanks for watching, have a lovely day, and bye!